10 delusions, folks. 10 delusions. That's 10 whole delusions we've got in this slot. Let's make them count. But we haven't making them count. We've been making them work for us. So where are we right now? We are in our house. Has the library been completed? Can we set anything else up to go? Probably not. I don't think we have enough ore for it. Or where is the library, though? Is it upstairs? Is this the library? It seemed librarian to me. However, it did seem to me that there were... What is this? There's just an off tile there. Seems to me we were going to be rewarded for these things. This isn't the library. Library. Built but unfurnished. Should we upgrade it? We don't even know where it is. The garden is in the works too. That's a scary crustacean up there in the sky. Alright, what are our reps like now? Who is even out there gauging them? Well, we did spend another point in wisdom. Loved, disliked. Disliked by the Wiccans. Disliked? We were liked by them a while ago. Probably shouldn't have turned in those godlings to the banditos who are going to dislike us anyway. The outlaws. Oh, we should have checked for our godling up there. I'm sure it's respawned by now. Should we do that? Here, why don't we do that? E, and then cast home. We gotta find our library too. Where is it? Where is this library that we built? I mean, it's ready for an upgrade, so... It wasn't this, was it? But unlocked as part of the library. Maybe it was. Oh, it is open now. Oh, interesting. Hey, cool. Let's go get our godling just so we don't forget. Oh, hello. Statue head. A stone head of an old and wizened face. At the base of the neck is a bronze mechanism. It looks as though this head could be attached to something. A curious find. We find papers and rolls of parchment outlining the study of various monsters. Most seem to feature the Vierum, a parasitic organism that uses its host to feed on the dreams of its prey. Weird indeed. Oh, cool Death's Veil fungus down here. That's good. On Pagath, we've already read about Pagath. Hello, it's my little boyfriend. I think he's heading out. Okay, we got our godling. Oh no! Oh, it didn't hurt. Very good. So it looks like to finish that statue we're going to need to... I think we're going to need to build each of the extensions, which is fine. That's something we can manage. Item removed statue head. There you go. Just need the hands from the other two. Extensions, the mine, and the garden. So what do we need for those? I think the mine needs, 6. Wow. And we're gonna need a bunch of those seeds. We shouldn't build that because we're gonna need those to upgrade that. We could upgrade the main house. Should we upgrade the main house? Just for fun. Let's do it. Oops. Upgrade the central house, yes. Maybe there'll be a part in there too, who can say? Did somebody just knock something over in here? Oh, this just fell off, I see. It fell off. It fell off. So they said I should check out the woods to the west of Hallowtown, which is not a place I've been very much, as you can see. as we can see. Where are we? We're right down there. What happened to the ghost? She was supposed to meet us there. I was really sure she was supposed to meet us there. Is that a prickle seed? Right there. Jitter seed, good. We need one of those. Have we been up here? Oops. We're so fast. Hello. I'm too fast for you. Ammo is money. Oops. Run around, loot this. Oh, loot it. This is just the mushroom guy. Now, we were thinking about going back to Quill because the academy was floating over there, right? Who's to say what there'll be for us in the academy? Oh, it's just a respawn point. What's that look like on the map? It is just a hole, okay. I thought that hole might be a mine that I could get some more ore out of, but it seems not. There's the dragon thing. 4 coins, wow. Another. I have Pegasus. But Pegath is no more. Oh, we're way off the map now. Hello. I think that was one of the Eternal, one of the living dead. Oh, hello? Yes. More than one thing to pull, huh? There we go. Delusion. Ammo. Nice. We were short a lockpick. That's always cool. Cap them off, please. What about over here? There's little doggies at my feet. They are wandering there. Oops, that's just the edge of the world. Hello, edge of the world. Hello, edge of the world. No need to go there. No need to go there. Wow, this is a ways away to get up on this ridge. Do you think we can jump it, maybe? Oh, no. Not sufficiently. Oops. Well, how do we get up there to that house then? Maybe we don't. Certainly looks like a place that could be pilfered from, but I don't think we can jump that high. No matter what, I don't think that there's any getting that high. Oh well, maybe it's just nothing. Could be it's just nothing. Got my eye on you. Nothing. Nothing's nothing. Can we find silk? Or just silk thread? Okay, not the good stuff. Ooh, there's the paradox fruit. Paradoxicus. Another Paradoxicus. But that's not what we need. We need Jitter Seed. We need Jitter Seed aplenty to make these places. Oh, okay. That's the edge of the world. No need to go there. Is this another inaccessible spot? No. I'm not gonna blow any of my alchemy reagents on alchemy. I need them for other things. Uh-oh. Yeah, I thought there was a secret downstairs. It looked like there was... like that wall could open. Well, but what else is there to interact with? Didn't say anything had changed, but it looked like this wall was openable down here. Where is the third piece of the key? Ah. There we go. Nice. Fine ore, very nice. Just blew a bunch of that, but... we needed to upgrade our home. We need to live in luxury, sufficiency of luxury. We have needs. They are valid ones. Oh, this looks like it's the next landscape over. This looks like it's the Deadlands to me. That big creature. Scary. Hallowtown, Emberian Ruins, the Endless Realm. Let's go to the Emberian Ruins. Yeah, that's the Endless Realm over there. Emberian Ruins sounds very promising. Oh, look at that scary thing. It's very scary. Open the sky like it is. Every coin counts. Die alle Zahlen. Is this the ruins up here? The Emberian Ruins looks like it. Oh, another godling. This looks like an interesting landmark. My map has been updated. Nice, we actually need lesser ore, not fine ore right now, but whatever. Give me that Jitter Seed. At any cost, I take the Jitter Seed. I crave it, I need it. Big bug, where'd it go? There it is. Oh, very scary in the sky. Squirming godlet just for us. We'll cash these in at the Wiccans. Hello. The woman stands in full armor as she tinkers with an assortment of junk. Her head snaps around as we approach. Looks like you're lost, wanderer. If you value your neck, I'd be lost someplace else. Wait, you're the Emberian, right? She turns to us, grimacing, and shoulders her greatsword with a clang. Another bounty hunter. As I told the last of you sods, I don't sail with the dark stars no more, but I can cleave you in two all the same. Basalt sent me. We're on the same side. Basalt, so that old bastard put you on my trail, huh? The old sod never could keep his mouth shut. I'm looking for Vila. We've got to stop her. Looking for Vila. I want to help her. Hearing Vila's name, she flinches. Vila, I'm done with that devil, you hear. And if you want to assist with her madcap plan, you're worse than the wretched bounty hunters. But following her into oblivion will kill you surer than I could. But I thought you two were comrades. Comrades? She was more than a comrade. She slams her blade upright. She was a sister to me. I owe my life to that girl. If she's such a devil, why do you idolize her? She shifts and looks away. Time was, I thought she really could make the world better, little by little, with blood and sweat and grit. I thought we were doing it. She inhales, but then she found it. A map, buried in some Emberian tomb that pointed to something impossible. I told her to leave it, to not put her faith in ancient accursed things. She promised me, but she led us to our doom anyway. She plunged the dark stars beneath the clouds with our best ships, our flagship and galleon both, in pursuit of an Emberian artifact that was more likely to end the world than save it. On that day, she was not my sister. As captain of the Black Goblin, I told my crew to fire upon their comrades. We splintered the hull of Vila's ship with our cannons before we boarded and clashed swords. It was mutiny. Fratricide. Her fists are clenched tight, trembling, but while I stalled her plans that day, I couldn't stop her. She twists her mouth into a grim smile. I never could. What's she trying to find? Something called the Cradle, buried deep in the Underlands. What it actually is, we don't know, but if Vila's right, it could be used to alter the very language of the cosmos. That means she could end poverty, suffering, even death itself. But she's more likely to end the world. The Emberians were known to meddle with forces they couldn't control. She's a damn fool for chasing their accursed dreams. You have to finish what you started. If you care for her, you have to find her. Do I? And what would you know of the matter? I sailed with Vila for years while I've known you mere moments. What could you possibly know of our camaraderie? No, that chapter of my life is over. I will not chase that woman's dream anymore, not to help nor hinder. I have a pilgrimage of my own to tread, my own answers to find. Maybe I can help you. Huh, and what makes you think I'd need your help? I can handle myself just fine. Will you at least answer my questions? I'll hear them. I can't promise to answer. What are you looking for? She chuckles to herself. For a long time I've had the strangest dreams of impossible cities that no mason could build, which twinkle with 1,000 tiny stars. I want to know if my dreams are real. Where would you find your answer? There's another Emberian ruin here on the Oniric Isles, even bigger than this one, but without the right key, it's sealed shut. And where would you get such a key? This type of key is rare. I paid a good sum of money for mine at the shop with the crystal spire in Hallowtown. But if you're thinking of following my tracks, I'd think twice. That old Emberian ruin up by Rustford is likely full of perils. You'd only get yourself killed. Is it true you're a real Emberian? She flashes a cynical smile. If you're asking if I'm 400-year-old immortal who's been lugging my sword around the sky realms, I'll have to disappoint you. But there is some truth to those rumors. I know my way around those old Emberian ruins. Some even feel like home. And yes, this is authentic Emberian armor, pneumatics intact. This suit stopped a direct cannonball in the siege of Malavia, even if I did shed blood for a week. I met with Basalt. The old sea dog's still going, eh? I half thought he drowned himself with mushroom grog. To tell the truth, I always respected the man. He was with us from the beginning, and I don't think the Dark Stars would have gotten far without him. Okay, that's all. She nods. Okay, I'll leave you be. Maybe I can help you. No, I'll leave you be for now. Something makes me think you won't give up that easy, but I won't be staying here long. And for your own sake, don't bother following me. The place I'm headed isn't for the faint of heart, and if you try to track me down, I'll only have another foolish death on my conscience. Besides, without one of these, she holds up an ancient Emberian key, you won't be getting very far. So sod off and leave me in peace. Key. In the glowing tower. I accept this information. I onboard it into my spirit. And the key is to the top somewhere. It's not to the other ruins over there. Is it to here? Did they have a spare key over there? Did they have a spare key over there that I could purchase? I purchased the key to the Wiccan ruins. This does not look like a safe place to jump down. No, no indeed, it is not. This is the mine. Oh, let's go. Well, do we have enough jitter seed now to make the second spot? To make the garden? I don't know. 5 coins, wow. Glad we didn't skip that one. Getting around is all a little bit slow. Vila's Fortress. Yes. So in the extreme south there is just that. I thought that the Clockwork Kingdom was nearby here, but I guess not. Quill Village. The rotten onions. It looks like the academy isn't marked on the map. Would be useful if it were. Hand over the throwing knives. I see more coins. Oh, can I not get to the Deathless Realm yet? Is the way shut? Maybe I need to use a passport to do it, which I've got one of. Greetings, this here bridge leads to the Kingdom of the Endless. Nasty place full of shuffling corpses it is. The bridge is closed unless you've got a passport. I've got a passport right here. The way is open, but we're not ready to go there yet. We're going to go break into that Emberian ruin. How close are we to our next level, though? We must be close. Yeah. How are we for quests? Tell me about quests. Whispers of Ghosts. Oh. The northeastern edge of Hallowshire. Flying High, the Academy. Floats above Hallowshire, the Emberian, the Endless Duchess. Thornwood Manor. War Stories. This looks like a scholar asked us to locate 4 landmarks in Hallowshire we found and marked them in our notebook. Be sure to return to the scholar to receive our reward. Hello. The creature looks at us from sunken eyes. It shifts behind its massive jaw, appears physically incapable of lifting its head. Be still, human. Only those who embrace their wretchedness may claim their second self. I have embraced my... What's the second self? Long ago, the goblins of this forest perpetrated a heinous evil. To this day, their kind still bears the burden of this guilt. So they carve themselves a new self in the form of a mask. When the goblins wear these, they appear to be altered, as if by some magic or merely an act I cannot say. We all carry some guilt, human. If you wish to acknowledge your own wrongdoings, you may claim a mask for yourself. I have done so. You seem sincere in your penance. Very well, you may claim your second self. The door is open. A delusion. Very nice. That's a level. Let's bump up our intelligence again. Wisdom. Goblin mask. The goblins of Hallowshire can be seen wearing these crude things. When placed on one's face, a strange feeling comes over us as if we were someone else. And we can entice with them. Freaky. Did we ever get that spell? I ever cast it? I think we have it. Gotcha. Just a little lunge. Oh, there's another. We need these. We need this. We need this. We need it all. Oh, none of it is optional. Jitter seed, hello. Oh, he's poorly. He is poorly. I see a big guy. Can we get up there? Whoops. No more big guy. There's no items. Ooh. Master Cartographer's tent? An excitable dog pulled my headphones out. This is the juggler. He's fumbling with a teacup, a spoon, and a sword of other objects, which all appear to be floating. God's damn wizards wouldn't know a good spell if it... The objects clatter to the floor. You're trying to get into the academy, too? I wouldn't bother. You could enchant a silk slug to shit gold, and they'd still ignore you. They won't let you in without a recommendation. Why are you playing with all that stuff? Wait, these are demonstrations of my most sophisticated cipher spells. See this spoon? He shoves the spoon into our hand. It is damp, sodden. I've created a spell to make any object sweat. Incredible, no? The applications are limitless. I gotta go for a little bit. Hopefully I can actually get this conversation committed to video. This is the second time I found this guy and had to go. Wait, is this human sweat? Well observed. The spell diverts liquid and salt from the caster's own body into the object in question. The only downside is that it makes you very thirsty. But that's just one of my spells. See this teacup? Put it to your ear and you hear the man crying. That's a real man, though I have no idea where he is. Oh, and this hammer. It's the safest hammer in the world, as it can't actually hit anything. He continues like this for some time. Eventually we seize a chance to interrupt his monologue. What are you planning with all that stuff? Why, these are demonstrations of my most sophisticated cipher spells. See this spoon? So we've already heard about this. I can't think of a single use for sweaty spoons. Shows your lack of imagination. What's this about an academy? The Erudite Academy, the big hunk of rock overhead. It flies all over the Apostatic Union, just so their fancy wizards can gloat at all the poor, talented sops they won't let in. Surely they must do more than that. He scoffs. Well, supposedly they make the most advanced cipher spells in the Union. Riova gives them a free pass to do the kind of magic that would get most scholars thrown in an Inquisition jail. So how do you get in? Turns out that being an exceptional cipher scribe means nothing to them. To visit the academy, you need a recommendation from an accredited scholar. We already got that. No problem, he goes back to playing with his assortment of objects. I'll get going. You look busy. Well, it seems that this is what we're looking for. Here's my recommendation. The mask is silent for a long while. Just as we're about to say something, he responds. Recommendations accepted. We may enter. Here we go, up into the sky. I wonder how big the academy is. Doesn't look that big. Didn't they say that the honest man who was the test against the moral scales was at the academy? We'll have to see if we can find him here. Center for Cipher Magic, eh? Oh, we got tired. We're debuffed. We should find a bed. We've gained access to the Erudite Academy, a traveling bastion of scholarly pursuits. Now what secrets are hidden in the most acclaimed institution of the Apostatic Union? The Inquisition agent looks us up and down with a sneer. A new face. You're not one of those sniveling scholars, are you? This place fills me with disgust. A bunch of egotistical idiots playing with powers they fail to understand or control. But lately I've caught wind of something that could finally be their undoing. This place harbors a dark secret, and one I intend to uncover. What is this secret? I've been looking for dirt on this place for months. The Academy is playing with fire. It flouts Union regulations at every turn, though the Council in their ineptitude always turns a blind eye. But recently my equipment detected something. A Class D god entity. Only a faint signal, so my superiors put it down to faulty equipment. But if it is true, god worship is a serious felony. The Council would have to act. If they're really harboring some sort of minor god, it would be well hidden. I could really use the help of an outsider like yourself. I'll keep an eye open. Return if you find anything. The one advantage we have is that most of these blundering old fools don't seem to like each other very much. I've not had much luck talking to them. They seem to hate me as much as I hate them. But ask around and you might be able to glean something I've missed. Okay, got anything else to say? You're back. Why do you hate the Academy so much? Do you know what cipher magic is? It's the act of altering the very language of the universe. Yes, it can prove useful in certain situations, but if misused, it has the potential to destroy the fucking world. Again. If you ask me, the fact we let this gross abuse of reality take place in the Union's universities is bad enough, but at least the Inquisition can keep those fools in line. But this place? The Council in Ryova has waived all but the most severe restrictions on the Erudite Academy's research. Forget the Wiccans. This damned place is the greatest threat to the Apostatic Union we face. Okay, you arrived by a drop pod. Give me the jitter seed. I need those still. Oops, mana potion. Take care. Paradox, I guess. Nothing here. How can I use this bed? If I get pilfered from here, I'd be very upset. No longer tired. Very nice. That's just... oh no, it's not nowhere. Some gold. I see an endless. The woman's flesh hangs loosely from her bones. Ruptures in the skin reveal muscle, sinew, and patches of exposed bone. She glances at us with cloudy eyes. You know it's rude to stare, mortal. My name is Clem, chief historian of this academy. You don't seem quite like the other scholars. Your skills of deduction are quite exemplary, mortal. I am an endless, and so, quite unlike the rest of this bunch, I look like a rotting corpse. But I've also been here the longest. In fact, I've been at the academy since before these scholars were even born. Didn't that other endless say she was 600 years old, which puts her at predating the rupture? How did you end up here? I left my homeland over 2 centuries ago. Back then, my kind indulged their insatiable hunger by waging constant war on the living, the Cadaver Crusades. It was repulsive, and so I left. I wandered for a long time, half-starved, before the Erudite Academy found me. I think they brought me in more as a research specimen, but it soon became apparent I was a brighter spark than most of them. I became a historian on account of me being older than most of their books. Sooner or later, my superiors all died, and so here I am, chief historian. And the other scholars accept you? It varies. Many in the Apostatic Union think us endless should be burned at the stake, but here at the Academy, your kind seem to be more accepting. Although that buffoon Giovanni clearly wants me thrown out with the outhouse slump. When I first came here, I hid my flesh in silks and bandages to hide my shame. But over the years, I ceased to care. If people want to gawp, let them. Thanks for indulging my curiosity. Have you heard of anything untoward going on here? Oh, this place has secrets, that's for sure. There's a chamber underneath this building, accessible from the garden outside, that I've seen someone entering in the dead of night. There's no doorway, though I've seen a number of suspicious candlesticks around the academy. Mortal wizards do love to hide their dirty little secrets with enchanted candles. Can I ask about some history? Of course, mortal. I've read every book in this place, and let me tell you, most of them are wrong. I should know, being older than the world wren. What can you tell me about the Union? A relatively young conglomerate of states. It was formed 40 years ago when the victors of the God War unified under one banner. But the lands that make up the Union can trace their history back 400 years when the survivors of the World Rend fled to the Sky Realms. They were feudal kingdoms then, allied to the Wiccans and their gods. Vanna has always been a diplomatic hub, and its principal city, Ryova, is now the capital of the Union. Lundell is a noble land full of castles and windswept plains. Beyond is a place of culture and learning, the best universities, theaters, and wines. And lastly, Slev is the northwestern land, and a cold, harsh one at last. At that, its cities are rife with corruption and gangs. But half a century ago, these rulers of these lands chose to break free of the Wiccan covens. Astoundingly, they chose to fight their own gods, and even more astoundingly, they won, and the Apostatic Union was born. Can you tell me about these islands? This archipelago, with the hollow shore at its heart, is known as the Oniric Isles. To the east lies Cordova, more recently known as the Clockwork Kingdom. To the west is the Endless Realm, where my kind originates. But these islands have not always existed together. Islands in the Sky Realms drift with the current, and if you go back 100 years or so, neither Cordova or the Endless Realm are part of this archipelago. What about Hallowshire? For many years, Hallowshire has existed as an independent territory in league with the Wiccan cult of the Worm, who worship the fertility god Pagath. But recently, it's been absorbed into the Apostatic Union's borders, making it the southernmost territory of the Union. As you've no doubt noticed, there's a great deal of friction between the locals and the Apostatic Union soldiers. When townsfolk have relied upon a god for so long, they don't take kindly to having that god suddenly outlawed. How about the Academy? The Erudite Academy is over 200 years old. Unlike the other universities in the Apostatic Union, it is not tied to a single state. It exists independently. For much of its history, it was a fringe establishment, refusing to align with gods or Wiccan covens. In fact, many of the treatises and polemics that laid the ground for the God War originated from this very establishment. And so it should come as no surprise that, since its inception, the Union has favored the erudite academy with high-profile commissions and secretive projects. As you can see, the academy exists on a flying island. It moves between territories to where it is needed most. We've been stationed on these Oniric Isles for about a year now. The distant past. Well, that is quite a question. I will try to be brief. For most of human history, civilization thrived far below, on the world's surface. Feudal kingdoms flourished under the patronage of powerful gods, and the Wiccans mediated between mortals and the divine. But advances in magic and technology led to the rise of the Iberian Empire. Huge cities spread across the world linked by unfathomable spells, and the Wiccans fled to the sky realms. But then, of course, we had the World Rend, 400 years ago. We cannot say exactly what the World Rend was, only that it destroyed the world's surface and forced humans to flee to these sky realms. Believe it or not, I was alive for it. I remember an intense flash, a burning heat, and a terrible sound like 1,000 screams. Our island crashed into another during the commotion. I've known nothing like it. That's all I wanted to know. My pleasure. Alright, well, be on the lookout for Candlesticks. The Hidden Truth of Cipher by Anonymous. The art of cipher magic is practiced in every corner of the Apostatic Union, based on the leanings of its universities. Yet there is a paradox at the very heart of their scripture. To speak openly about it will see the full wrath of the Inquisition fall upon one's liberty, and so, for fear of rotting in some dark cell, I must hide the authorship of this treatise. Treasy? But let it be known I am a scholar of some renown. It is entirely true that there is a hidden language to the cosmos, a series of symbols that comprise an incomplete alphabet known as cipher. Individually, these symbols are meaningless, but when strung together into lines, they can have profound effects. This is the basis of all magic. But while human scribes must painstakingly etch out each symbol, their pens heavy with the import of the task, the gods' very thoughts are written in cipher, and magic comes to them easily. Nonetheless, the gods are still bound to the rules of cipher. This was the philosophical justification for the God War, the renunciation of Wiccan control, and the forming of the Apostatic Union. For if humans and gods draw from the same power, the argument went, then why must we submit ourselves to a divine hierarchy? Indeed, the first Union polymath theorized this cipher itself was created by humanity, that in the cave-dwelling days of prehistory, humans discovered a power in themselves and built a language around this power that etched itself upon the cosmos. As human superstition led them to pray to divine beings of their imagination, such beings were made to manifest from that belief. Such is the reasoning that lies at the very heart of the Apostatic Union, that man predated cipher, and to defy this supposed truth is to commit an act of treason in the Union. But in the past few decades, scholars have made incredible advances in cipher research. We can study the cosmos with a precision not enjoyed since before the world ran. And what have we discovered? That there are certain rules written into the very fabric of existence. A sentence, theoretical but very likely to exist, threads itself through this world, and every world. This sentence explains the limitations of our spells, why we cannot reverse the flow of time, why we cannot resurrect the long dead. But most important of all, it was written long before humans existed, and it is written in cipher. By whom? We cannot say, and likely never will, because the Inquisition has taken every possible step to repress this research. I have witnessed my contemporaries disappear, others threatened into silence. I've watched entire library wings burned down to the ground. But it is imperative that we spread the truth. An ideology founded upon a lie is run to the core. Candlestick. A Foolhardy Voyage by Stultus Navigo. Down to the surface. As I write this account, my quill wavers in my hand. I can see the skin peeling and flaking from my fingers, blood and pus seeping from the cracks. Before the sepsis sets in, I hope to recount my fateful voyage to the Iberian city of Nodlem. It was my final voyage, and these will be my final words. The expedition was funded by the Erudite Academy. They had assigned numerous documents and waivers, no doubt written with the safety of some Riovan legal office, clearing them of any accountability. I was not perturbed. I thought our success was assured. The vessel we traveled in was outfitted with the latest in cipher tech. We'd hired an etherist who hermetically sealed the thing with numerous cipher wards and provided us with finely crafted garments that allow one to survive in the outer reaches of the cosmos. But when I asked the etherist to accompany us, for a healthy salary no less, he replied, "The Underlands? Nay, I have flown into the cosmos on 6 occasions and stared into its inky blackness. I have delved into the dread depths of Slev's poison lake and escaped unscathed. I have been to unspeakable places, but the Underlands, I will not go there." We anchored our galleon in the southernmost skies of the Apostatic Union, close to the near lawless archipelago of the Oniric Isles. The galleon's captain was wary of pirates, but I insisted we be back before the nearby Neuron star withdrew its reddish glare. Our shuttle detached itself from the galleon, shaking as we made our descent through the clouds. My crew sat uneasy as the light faded. In the 400 years since the world rend, few have visited the world's surface and lived to recount it. But our landing was uneventful enough. We opened the hatch to find the glistening bones of a city stretching toward the sky. Huge metal structures arched overhead, supported by girders of an impossible scale that no living blacksmith could reproduce. We set to work examining the ruins. Legend describes how the Ambarians wrote nothing with ink. They stored their knowledge in vast networks of cipher accessible to any citizen, so that each and every person was as learned as a great scholar or polymath. Lamentably, this proved to be true, for we could find no book, no page, no scrap of writing to shed light on the mystery of their culture. What we found were towering halls, once used for some inscrutable bureaucratic purpose, but which now lay overtaken by fungi. We saw evidence of the rail ships that hauled cargo of unimaginable weight, and the great portal relays that are said to have connected every corner of the world. We stared bewildered through the eye goggles of our protective hoods. My faith in the wonders of Aether's technology was well-founded. The accursed Earth could not infect us with its taint. As long as our suits remained intact, we were safe. But there was just one factor I had not accounted for. The scream echoed through the halls. We spun to see one of our crew collapsed on the floor, blood gurgling from his suit. As we made our way to investigate, I caught something in my periphery, too quick to see, and I turned to see another of us standing plainly with no head upon her shoulders. She crumbled into the darkness without making a sound. So we ran. The suits were cumbersome and the air thick with spores. I cannot say how the other crew met their fate. I heard cries but did not falter in my flight. In my arrogance, I had assumed tales of monsters were but fictions of dying men, for what could survive down here in this wasteland? But as I neared the shuttle, exhausted and terrified, one of the creatures appeared plainly before me. I've heard tales of ghosts, but this was not one. It was a shadow incarnate, a swirling, amorphous presence. A spectral arm emerged from that dread mass, which became a scythe as it swung toward me. I ducked and sprinted to the shuttle, narrowly escaping its ephemeral blade. As I closed the shuttle's hatch, I could see the creature in chase, and I swear I saw a face there, staring at me not with rage or malice, but with a terrible sadness in its eyes. When I returned to the safety of the sky realms, it became clear that the creature had torn a large gash in my protective suit. Over the coming days, I became wrapped with terrible agony as my skin blackened and split. I exist now, a week since our voyage, in a state of prolonged decay, my consciousness being the last remnant of humanity left in this revolting husk of a body. It will not be long until I succumb fully to the death veil curse. Let this be a warning to those who wish to follow in my footsteps. The Ambarian civilization, which ruled every corner of the world some 400 years ago, is forever lost, and to go in search of its secrets is to meet a terrible fate. Could be, but what if we really wanted to go in search of its secrets? Did you consider that? What if we wanted to? A health potion. I'm still looking for candles. Are they like all over the place? Hello. I see a candle. That item needs to grow back. The woman tinkers with a small crystal, brows furrowed. She taps at it with a stylus before it seethes with magical energy and she drops it, cursing. Gods damn it. You broke my concentration. It'll take hours to recalibrate that. She glares at us for a moment. But seeing as you're here, you might as well make yourself useful. I'm Natalia, chief engineer here. Now tell me, how would you like to travel anywhere, instantly? Sign me up. That's the spirit. See this big chamber here? Had it brought up from the islands below. It's a portal chamber. It's tech from this academy, but it's actually pretty old. The Erudite Academy moves around a lot, and it seems one of my predecessors tried to set up a portal network on these very islands, long time ago. Looks like they never got it working, but I think I've found the missing link. I've calibrated a crystal to act as a key of sorts. It should activate the portals and allow for safe travel, but I just need someone to test it out. That's what I wanted to hear. See this crystal key? It will allow you to activate the portal chambers. Once activated, you can teleport to any of the other portals you've found. The only trouble is that I've only found one, but the Academy records state there should be many more scattered around the island. You don't need to find them all. If you can link this one to a portal chamber in the Endless Realm and another in the Clockwork Kingdom, I'll reward your efforts. Can you remind me about these portals? Right. How'd you end up here? What, I don't look like I belong here? She smirks. Well, you're not exactly the first to think that. I grew up in the slums of Slav, scraping a living through unsavory means. I always had a knack for ciphertech, and by the time I was a teenager, I was making bombs and traps for a local gang. Well, one day we pulled a heist on a wizard. All went tits up and the gang scarpered, but the wizard caught me. He threw me in his cart. Could have sworn he was going to take me to the Inquisition and have me hanged. But he took me here. Took a bit of getting used to. Got into some scrapes, nearly been thrown out a bunch of times. But they stuck with me. And now it's home. What's with all the crystals? The Academy's been tweaking with crystals for as long as anyone can remember. They're technically called epoch crystals, you see. You find them in the earth. They're especially useful for teleportation, levitation, anything that's too powerful for a normal spell. So what are they? They form in the earth over hundreds of years. They're actually what makes all these islands levitate. Naturally occurring epoch crystals are embedded deep in the rock. They form where there's been large human societies, or that's the theory. Think of them like a sort of societal residue. All those hopes, dreams, fears, emotions, some trace of them gets left behind in the crystal. Anyway, they can be a conduit for cipher magic. Whatever goes on in a spellcaster's mind when they weave a spell, that can be reflected 100-fold by an epic crystal. They amplify magic. What can you tell me about portals? Portals are tricky. They're not outright banned by the Union, but the Inquisition keeps a close eye on them. After all, if you open a portal to the ocean or inside a neuron star, you're going to be pretty fucked. Not to mention most portal spells are unstable, often dangerous. If you ask a merchant captain whether she'd ferry your goods by airship or portal, she'd say airship every time. But we're trying to change that. We know an ancient Emberian could teleport goods and people safely all around their empire, so it's possible. We just need to refine the cipher, stabilize the magic. We'll get there. Anything strange? If anyone's suspicious of that Don Gee downstairs, he's an old Wiccan loyalist, don't you know? How he managed to escape the post-war purges, I don't know, but I bet you'll find him muttering to the old gods in his sleep. That does sound probable. A Wiccan, you say? Well, no friend of ours, then. Let me in. The Academy portal is now active. Oh, good thing I touched it. I don't think we found any others, right? Dude. Please write your destination. Step away from the book. Mr. Egg. The man mumbles to himself as he grinds a mortar and pestle. He seems oblivious to our presence until he mutters, "I'll be just a moment, young'un." He stares at the concoction of herbs, frowning. Suddenly he hawks a gob of phlegm and spits it into the bowl, grinds and sets it aside, seeming satisfied. "Now then, I'm Don Gee, prime alchemist of this old academy. What can I do for you? You teach me about alchemy? Better than most, I'd wager. With alchemical equipment, you can combine ingredients to make new concoctions. Feel free to use the equipment in my study. Now, the Academy's been floating over these Oniric Isles for about a year now, and I've gotten a flavor for the herbs that grow here. Brew 2 eyes of Pagath for a potent health potion. Just the same, yeah. Plenty more potent combinations. Any rare herbs?" He betrays a sly grin. "That depends who's asking. That damned Inquisition have banned the use of some of the most potent alchemical herbs to the chagrin of those who know better." He leans closer. But to those who know where to look, you can still find Death's Veil around these parts. It's a shroom that grows from the cursed remains of a corpse. Macabre stuff, but extremely useful. Combine it with an Iapega for an elixir of restoration. Fix you right up. Is it possible to make poison? Of course. Can you combine ingredients other than herbs? You can. When it feels to be something youthful, you'll get a spirit. Mix these with herbs, you can make all sorts of beverages that'll get you right plastered too. Base metals into gold, the art has been lost. Thanks for the information. How did you become Prime Alchemist? He's silent for a moment, looking past us in contemplation. I come from Lundell, a beautiful and wild place where the wind and rain will shape a man. My father was the court alchemist for the king. He worked with the Wiccans of the local god to ensure the prosperity of the realm. It was a noble position, one I inherited on my 22nd year. He sighs, but my tenure was cut short by the God War. Lundell fell into civil war and my liege was slain. The Wiccans became traitors. My gods became outcasts. I fled to this academy, and good thing I did. My past allegiances would have seen me hanged by this newfangled union were it not for the protection of this place. I warrant there are still some who would wish that fate upon me even now. Anything unsavory? Well, if there's any wrongdoing, it'll be that blasted engineer up above me. I can always hear her banging and clattering. Tell me, what could possibly be so important as to warrant so much damn noise? Goodbye. Any candles around here? There was that one. Pagelthon. I thought that the... Oh, I guess I went up and in over there. This was just nothing. Creek. No candles. No nothing. Just emptiness. Vacancy. Did we go up here? Hello. Do you have any candles? Some of these skulls where nothing seems to happen. Why is our mana low? Oh, because we activated candles, I guess. As we approach, the man's face contorts into a ghoulish expression. Really, this is what passes for a scholar these days. Please refrain from getting your muddy footwear on the flooring. He turns away and sighs. Well, seeing as you're here, perhaps you can be of some use. Back in Vena, I had 12 servants. In this damnable place, nary a soul will lift a finger to help. Perhaps you're different, huh? I am Giovanni Bori of the Bori family. I'm destined for great things, Father says so. But for now, I'm merely the chief cartographer of this wretched place. What does the Academy do with cartography? Traditionally, not much. It's a rather menial task for navy vessels and merchant map makers. But the trouble with living on floating bits of rock is they have a habit of moving around, and old maps become useless. So the Academy is working on a more inventive solution. Wild like magic maps. Aha, you are one step ahead, I see. Because the central islands of the Apostatic Union are held fast with powerful magic, there's not been much need for enchanted cartography. Until recently. You see, these oniric isles lie on the fringes of Union territory. They drift around, crash into each other, and break apart. New maps are produced and circulated all the time, but even so, captains can't rely on them out here. So the Academy is working on a network of cipher spells to track the island's movements, to update maps instantly. Rather ingenious, wouldn't you say? Of course, the scholars here do all the clever calculations. I provide the impetus. How did you become chief cartographer? Well, it's funny. Had no real interest in maps before this position. Fiddly things, wouldn't you say? All those tiny drawings, and so easy to get them the wrong way round. But when Father decided I needed some academic experience to continue my political career, the only position he could wrangle was chief cartographer of this dismal place. Honestly, I would have much rather been the etherist commander. At least neuron stars are a bit more fun. Anyway, I might as well make the best of it. I sent out our junior scholars to map these oniric isles. This may be a dreary backwater, but at least there are discoveries to be made. Got it. Witness anything strange or forbidden. A sudden interest in the integrity of our establishment. If I didn't know better, I'd say that Inquisition agent has you under her thumb. He flashes a smile. No matter. Between you and me, my allegiance lies more with the Council and their Inquisition than most of the dusty old codgers in this place. I'm sure they're flouting Union regulations left and right. I checked that etherist fool up in the tower. He's always prattling on about the importance of the cosmos and how he flew out in the night sky before most of us were even birthed. If anyone's a rule breaker, it's him. This is the etherist who made the protective equipment for that expedition we read about, probably. Flying out into the night sky. He's in a tower? Where is there a tower around here? We already went upstairs here. There wasn't an etherist there. Was there? Maybe we go further up. No, we've been further up. Where's the etherist? Hello? Is this a building here? Glorious treasure. A death's veil. Am I just to jump off? I could just jump off. I could activate my super jump and jump off. Should we do that? Where's the tower that they mentioned? Where's the etherist? Way. Whoa. Oof. Cannot die. I see a jitter seed down there. Alright, where is it? It's over there. There it is. These could be faster. They could be faster. Oh, look how fast. It is pretty fast. It's just a long way. Oh, there's a godling over there. To the west. We have to go back to the city, don't we? It's oh, it is a landmark. I thought it seemed like one. Okay, so there is a tower. There's a tower behind that building there. There we go. This is a separate thing. I see. Tower. Creak, creak, creak into the cosmos with us. Is there a candle up here? Not that I see. The old man is hunched in his chair, wheezing heavily. Each breath reverberates like a broken machine. Suddenly it stops altogether. We wait a moment, then another. Hello? Yeah. He lurches awake, eyes peering from a mound of wrinkles. What's the hull integrity? Are we out of orbit? I think the hull integrity is fine. He's still for a moment blinking. Apologies. Thought I was back in the cosmos for a moment there. I'm Jerome Ferrier, the head etherist of this place. Pleased to meet you. So if you want to go into the cosmos, or what? So what is ethology? Ethology is the study of the ether. It is a noble art, one of the oldest. We track the neuron stars, behold the beauty of the infinite cosmos, and even travel there ourselves. But this newfangled union would rather throw coin at more rudimentary magic, cipher spells that help trade, war, expansion. The youth of today have their eyes set on their purses, not the stars. How long have you been an etherist? Now that's a question. Before the God War, before the forming of the epistatic union itself, I was an etherist and beyond. I was the captain of my first cosmos vessel before I was 20, would you believe? It's a dangerous business visiting the cosmos. The air is very thin. Cipher seals need to keep the ship together and prevent leaks. Complex magics recycle the air. One faulty spell, one flaw in the cipher, and your whole crew would die. But oh, the beauty and the majesty to be out there, witnessing the throb and pulse of the neural network firsthand. There's nothing like it. What can you tell me about the cosmos? As you leave the planet's atmosphere, you see it. The neural network. The cosmos. On this planet, we have hundreds of neuron stars, as you know. The ones here orbit the islands every 12 hours and glows red. Others glow blue, yellow, purple, of varying sizes and orbital trajectories all over the globe. And they're all connected by synapses. But those synapses also stretch out to the neural network, to the cosmos. And when you see it, there aren't just hundreds of neuron stars, no. They fill your vision. They never end. We have, with magical means, peered inside the fabric of our very skulls. Our minds look just like the cosmos, an uncanny reflection. We've been debating what this means for hundreds of years, but truly, your guess is as good as mine. Thanks for the information. Corruption. Ha! That Giovanni Borri is as corrupt as they come. He has friends in powerful places, which is the only reason he's here. They made him chief cartographer, but the young idiot wouldn't know a map if he was looking right at one. He'd probably wipe his ass with it. And now he sent all our junior scholars out on some fool's errand. Okay, but where's the last candle so that I can... Where's the candle so that I can expose the god bothering? Can I just wait until it's night and see it that way? Show me where the candle is, doo-da, doo-da, doo-ah, doo-ah. Oh, it already is night. There's supposed to be someone creeping into the garden at night. Another candle, but no change. Back again, eh? That wasn't a candle. Got all excited. Got all excited. These empty rooms just throw me off. Doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. I wonder if they all have to be set within a certain time of each other, like it needs to be done quickly. If they reset. Does this quest have a name? A divine captive. And the small building at the end of a bridge. Did I already get that one? Is it that? Is it here? I got this one. Seems like I do need to get them in short order. Which one was Gelm? 2. That's Natalia. Not up there. This is Gelm. Storage room on the first floor of the same building. Not over there. Well, this is the first floor of this building. Where's the storage room? Candle hunting is not my most favorite activity, and this game has it frequently. The first floor of the same building. This is Gelm here. No, that's Dawn. Which one is Gelm? Is that the dead one? Aha. There we go. Uh-oh, a divine captive. We entered a secret chamber in the Erdet Academy which contains a captive god. After a little rooting around, we also found a journal belonging to Jerome Verrier, the head ethers to the Academy. We could confront Jerome at the Alchemist Observatory Tower and take the evidence straight to the Inquisitor who's lurking around the Academy. If I confront Jerome, do I not go to the Inquisition? I don't know if I want to go to the Inquisitionist. Well, yeah, I do. I don't want any risk of this god running free. Just go to the Inquisitor. One of the scholars was harboring a god. I have proof. She snatches the notebook from our hands and flicks through it in silence, her face slowly changing from its stoic frown to a maniacal grin. And this god, you've seen it? Yes. Yes, this will do nicely. Here, take this loot as recompense. You've done a great service to the Inquisition. I'll have this scoundrel apprehended, and before long the full force of the Inquisition will be brought down upon his place. They won't be able to sneeze without us inspecting the discharge. You're back. Yeah. Well, is he gone now? Was he immediately taken away? Or can we go up and talk to him still? Immediately taken away. Oh, he's just being supervised now. I've been assigned to guard this old fool until his case can be brought to trial. What does he even do with all this junk? He scowls at us. Damn these Inquisition bastards. They won't even let me piss if there's not a guard with me. I found the god you've been hiding. He grimaces. I clearly didn't hide it well enough. Its name is Janarib. Must be one of the last gods on Union soil, I suppose. What were you doing with it? Oh my, it's fascinating research if I do say so myself. As you are no doubt aware, gods draw power from human belief. A devout follower is like a source of food to them. So I've been examining this process. Gods do not have organs, simply a nucleus surrounded by strange matter. This turns out to be remarkably similar to the human mind, full of neural synapses. The implications are astounding. Is it safe? Oh, quite safe, I assure you. Before the God War, Janarib was a god of revenge for a nearby village, but I have muted its power with cipher boards. Just last week, that oaf Giovanni lost my favorite pen. Not a moment after I found out, he stubbed his toe and was in quite a lot of pain. If Shannara was at his full strength, I'm sure Giovanni would have fallen out a window to certain death or something. In fact, thinking of it, maybe I muted its power a little too much. I've heard enough, but I would appreciate your discretion. No, I told the Inquisition because this is bad. Harboring gods is not good. I'm not into it. Not into it. Disliked by the Wiccans, unfortunately. Should we see if we can go find that godling that looked like we could see from the descent? Over here. It's taking a lot of big jumps, it's no problem. Oh, hello. Where was the godling? Was it over there? Oh, there it was. I see it. Was it this way? Over here? Well, I don't see it now. Either I went the wrong way or it wasn't what it looked like. Or maybe it's up here. A little further. That's been pillaged. Well, where's the godling? I needed that. Coins, lots of coins. Already got this jitter seed. We need lots of jitter seeds. We need lots more ore. We need money. We need all of it. I see a delusion. Hello. Did you see the huge statue outside? It's an ancient Wiccan artifact. It was built long ago before the world rend, back when only mad occultists dared to set foot in the sky realms. It may have been erected to mark important Wiccan ritual sites, but that is only a theory. Wiccans often disguise the truth of things with powerful magic, so it's difficult to know for sure. Really, so if I drank a potion I might see some truth? Let me see. Where's my truth potions? Doesn't seem like I saw any truth. Oh, okay. It was just a normal little puzzlet. Delusion. Red key unlocks the dilapidated manor at the foot of the great castle in Hallishire. Interesting. Dilapidated manor at the foot of the great castle? I didn't notice a locked anything over there. Dilapidated manor at the foot of the great castle. Is that? Maybe. Where are we? Slow motion. Here. Dilapidated manor. The building with the crystal in its top is where she bought her key. That looks like this place. This doesn't look like a star. Oh, it is a star. Welcome to the Emporium of Oddities. I'm looking for an Emberian key. Looking for Emberian antiques, are we? Well, you've certainly come to the right place. I have a small collection of bits and pieces, from the relatively modest. He holds up a rusty piece of junk to the downright exquisite. He holds up another piece of junk. What's with all the rusty junk? He stammers affronted. Well, have you know these are priceless artifacts created by legendary Emberian blacksmith factories before the world end. You will never see the likes of such craftsmanship again. Yes, but what are they? Now, this one is some type of component. And this here, well, this was clearly a type of elaborate type of metal. Rod, as I said, priceless. I need a key. Yes, I often get requests for keys. There are plenty of old Emberian ruins that, despite being hundreds of years old, have proven impervious to spelunkers and scavengers, so would-be treasure seekers pin their hopes on a key. But there are innumerable old keys, and innumerable old doors. As I tell most budding tomb raiders, actually opening one would be a matter of astounding luck, although there was a woman that came by not long ago who seemed to know exactly what she was looking for. About town, she seems to be known as the Emberian. People seem to think that she's a relic of that time herself, which of course is pure tattle. She does seem to be an avid collector, though. The suit of armor she wears, I've never seen such a well-preserved relic. It outshines anything in my humble collection, that's for certain. What did she buy? A key. She described it in very specific detail. Do you know what the key unlocks? Do you have another key? If I did, I would have closed shop and gone off to use it long ago. Though in all honesty, I've often wished to test my collection of keys on that Emberian structure to the east of Hallowshire. If only the surrounding town wasn't teeming with bandits. What can you tell me about this Emberian ruin? Well, it's been sitting there since before the world end, of course. As far as I'm aware, the town of Rustburg grew up around it, as people tried to prise it open and plunder its treasures. But they never succeeded. Emberian metal is inscribed with cipher, after all, to make it nearly impenetrable. Eventually, the town was destroyed in the God War for harboring Wiccans. It has been home for all sorts of scoundrels and ruffians ever since, but I sincerely doubt they've had better luck with the Emberian ruins. Do you have another key? Aha! You're in luck, my friend. This Emberian key seems remarkably similar to the one I sold not long ago. Of course, with this one being so high in demand, I couldn't let it go for less than 20 coins. You probably won't work, though. I suppose you're right. Just this once you can have it free of charge. If by some miracle you do find some treasure with it, let me take it off your hands. For a fair price, of course. Personally, I always wanted to test on those Emberian ruins up past Rustburg. I'd like to look at your wares. I'd like to sell glorious treasure. Oh, it increases your entice level, I see. It's not that it entices in and of itself. The library. Okay, so we got the Emberian key. We should go over and buy some more ore. I think here? No, they've got glorious silk though. And normal silk. We're gonna need some of that glorious silk. They sell more here. Iron ore, please, and fine ore. I'll take them both. How are we for iron ore right now? I don't think we have very much. For fine ore, just one iron ore. Well, we need a lot to do what we need to do next, so that's a downer. Oh, the main house is now built. All built up. Oh, I can set my picture here to one of a number of scary things. Some kind of trophy. The Wiccan spiral. Set our fire. Still got these broken down doors. Oh. Can put trophies there too. Very nice. That's just the basement. The workshop is expensive. No, that would be unwise. So we need a bunch of jitter seeds and a bunch of iron. Oh, let's go get our godling. I wonder if the dreams that we have here have changed now that it's fully upgraded. Oh, maybe it hasn't grown back. It hasn't grown back. I guess, was that where it was? I think so. Well... Creek. There's the Wiccan tube. How many godlings do we have right now? If we were to hand them in. 0? Surely we have more than 0. Are they other key items? Squirming Goblet's only 2. There's one over there, though. Can we get to it? Can it be reached? Oh, there's one over there, too. Maybe that's the one we're looking at, actually. No, there's 2. But how do we get up there? Can we get up here? Almost. What if we power up our jump? Not quite. Oh, okay, we got it there. Give me the squirming gauntlet, and there's another one just right over there. Can we make it there? Jitter seed, those in plenty. Squirming gauntlet. Alright, 4 is a lot. Do you think that we're... Well, here's the... Here's the Emberian ruins. We just ended up right here. My lore skill is still too low. How's our... delusionality? Cut them all to ribbons. Take all of their loot. Nice and straightforward. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Where's the Wiccan? Is he in here? On Pageth. We already know about Pageth. Oh yeah, this is their whole room. Oh. region. Get some coals. Hello, stones. This item needs to grow back. Oh, okay. Death's Veil. Very good. But where's the Wiccan? Where's the attendant? Where's the godlet casher inner? Here he is. Hello, greetings, traveler. I have some godlets to sell. Take all the godlets I have. A most generous donation. Wiccans are now neutral. Did I lose rep with anyone else meaningfully? Still, oh, outlaws are now my enemies. Okay, well, that's fine. Wasted potion, wasted godlets cashed in with the outlaws. Should've just cashed them in with the Wiccans, whatever. So it goes. Remaining friendly with them while undermining their efforts at every turn is a very New Vegas kind of thing to do. And so has an appeal to me. Now when are we gonna play that? Maybe next. I want to be friendly with them. I want to gain entry to their secret place. Oh, Jitter Seed. Hand it over. Ore seems rare. It's not as much of it as I would like. Now, how about these Emberian ruins? Well, can I use my key? My lore skill is too low, but it's so high. If I drink another tea, how many teas do I still have? Several, I think. Lore skill still too low. $45 is not enough. Well, where do I use this key? Do I use it up there? Oh, get me out of the water, please. Thank you. Dun, 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 dun. My lore skill is too low. Here, though? This is activated elsewhere. Down there. My lore skill is too low. Well, where? Is this the manse that's locked at the base of the great castle? been in here before. Was there a locked door? No. Well, maybe that castle, maybe that key doesn't really lead us anywhere. It could be something we'd already broken into. Now where's this? To the northeast. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. A lot of wandering back and forth across this landscape. Jitter, jitter. I see boxes. Hello. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? If they're so desperate to save their so-called gods, why'd one of them give up the location of this one so easily? Then again, I expect you've seen the inside of an Inquisition facility, same as I have, so you don't have to wonder. A real god, it's like the war all over again. Oh, well, not exactly. That would be bad, wouldn't it? But still, it's exciting, you know. They're just out here to kill the god that I turned in. Is that the idea? A throwing knife. Well met, comrade. Heard about the trouble in Pegath? Yes, we're on our way now, just re-equipping. They're sending up their latest war machinery. Nothing but the best for these god-sucking scum, right? Well, good hunting to you. I see a gauntlet. Big tree. Him dead. Another gauntlet. Have we not been this way? Oh. Not super valuable. I see a jitter seed. I need it. I need it. I've heard of you. You've been doing great things in Hollowshire, I must say. I could do with your help. Will you follow me? If there's trouble afoot, I'll take your word for it. Lead the way. I have a companion. Wow. Good morning. Failed to pick lock. Lockpick broken. That's better. Delude me. Oh, uh-oh. I guess I just cut my friend in half. Did that cost me any rep? Did I lose rep for recruiting that person? No, I'm still beloved. Everything's fine. The tiniest little sword slice just hacked them to pieces. Unexpected. An Inquisition camp over here. Something in here. The Inquisition agent is watching a body swing from the gallows with a grim fascination. Pageth is gone. We sent a tactical strike team into the bastards lair and skewered him with void stone. With their prayers unheeded, the cultists should disperse. A fine mess they made here, but the Union always triumphs. I see, I wasn't here before. All because of our little intervention. So off to the northeast. That's southwest. That's southeast. Northeast. Is this where the ghost wanted me to meet her? Up there. Is there ore over here? Or this is like a respawn point to me? Oh, maybe not. Health potion. A respawn point there, but something else. Kind of mazy down here. We needed the ore. Look at all these bandits. Cut him down. No problem. Is that in? Is there more? A little mazy down here. More gauntlets. I don't need fine ore, I need regular ore. Regular, please. Regular. Okay, that was all that way. Hello, big guy. Doors shut tight. Okay. Not very securely though. Alchemy. Upgrade bench. Can we upgrade anything else? Like our charm again? I take it. We wear the hat. We wear the hat. We have max our charm. What are we wearing right now? I think we're probably wearing the lockpick hat right now, right? Yeah. Perfectly safe. Yes, let me pick some locks. It's a poison throwing dive? Yeah. Nice. 11 coins, jeez. And a throwing knife. And more lockpicks we can carry. It looks like a door, but it doesn't open like a door. Is there a way through? A way still deeper? Hello. We got a couple of the good stuffs. My boyfriend wandered in and then immediately wandered back out, and I have no idea where he is or what he's doing, and it's stressing me out. He left his blanket here, so I don't think he's gone. Is this just backwards now? I don't know. Creatures respawn. I don't think I'm going backwards. Mazy Cave. Takes too long for loot to spawn off dead enemies, in my opinion. Hello. Scary guy. Did he speak? Hello. Iron ore, need that. Okay. Did that open that door way back further down? Maybe. I guess it might have. That was a bit of a backtrack, I guess. If you can jump down here. Was it into this chamber? I guess that's not backtracking, really. Was it over there? Yes, it was over there. It did open the door. Very nice. All very coherent. A chest. What could it contain? Oh, glorious silk. Good. We still need to upgrade some hats. I think our lockpick hat is not maxed. Are we back outside now? Spat out. 15 coins. Very nice. No delusion or anything, though, huh? Oh, hello. Treasure, shroom wine. It's good that we had some of that before to hand over when we were... Hello? It's a magic mirror. Such as the dead use. Loot them all. Loot them all. Loot every one of them. And a little bit more. More. Where's the magic mirror? Here it is. It is two-way. Okay. Spat us out right back up at the top. It must not have been available at the start, surely. It must have been disabled or something. I don't know. Didn't notice it. Very nice. Nice haul, I guess. We can't go this way because we spent our passport, right? But what about the manse that she was inviting us to, the ghost? We still haven't met the ghost again. Oops. Oh no. We fall. We fall. Oh, hello. The man, dressed in elegant fineries, is grumbling over a weathered map. This thing is more useless than a bloated god corpse. Suddenly he notices us. Ah, you there. Perhaps you could help a humble merchant this time of need. I have a sizable deliverer of scryshroom tea bound for the Clockwork Kingdom. Now before you say it, I know, the border crossing is locked up tight. But you see, I've been in contact with the one only fellow around here who has an import permit for this bloody kingdom of cogs or what have you. What was his name? Mika? Maka? It escapes me. But the point is, I can't bloody well find him, can I? This old map is all wrong. So if you've seen him, will you let me know? Do you think he can get people into the kingdom? The merchant frowns. I dare say there's any other way to get past into that blasted place. If you were desperate, it'd be worth a punt. But why anyone would want to go there is beyond me. By all accounts, the king's policies have plunged the kingdom into turmoil. A loaf of bread is said to be worth more than a skyship. Why do you think I'm trying to flog this team? Anyhow, let me know if you see him. Mika? I don't think I saw a Mika. I don't think I met Mika. Shielding potion. Is there a... yes. Oh. Chance of a critical cast, momentarily boosting the user's spell cast. I guess no reason not to wear it. Well, yeah. Throwing knife. This just leads to the outside, right? Oh no, I guess not. Ooh. Level up. Very nice. Maybe now we're finally loreful enough to interact with that thing? I don't know. Our wisdom is really high. I guess the mushroom tea doesn't increase our lore. What does increase our lore? Oh, it does say it boosts your lore. It must only boost it by 5. Maybe 50 would do. Oh, okay, let's see. Godlet. This looks like a ruined. Yes, this looks promising. Honk. many years this manor gleamed with opulence. Wiccan blood paid for its walls, and the spoils of battle filled its rooms, as it belonged to Admiral Kaluza, who rose to prominence in the God War. Yet happiness bloomed here. With her sister Isabet, Vila's formative years were joyful, as they played under the watchful eye of their mother. But our folly is to assume our privilege, once attained, will endure. A single spilled candle can raise a timber-built town to the ground. Something similar happened here. That's tragic. For Vila, her world came crashing down. In later life, she would recognize the price others had to pay for her privilege, but to that child, she'd simply lost her home, her family. For Vila, her world came crashing down. Okay. Alright. Oh. What? The ghost leave. Vila and her father were away when this manor was ablaze, but Vila's sister Isabet and their mother were burned alive. Isabet was a prodigy. From a young age, Vila and Isabet would stow away to explore Emberian ruins, much to their father's ire. Isabet could pull apart that ancient wreckage and put it back together, working as if it were new. Had she lived, she would have thrived. I can see her now as one of the most respected archaeologists of the Sky Realms. Vila never recovered from Isabet's death. In every arcane tome, every forbidden volume, Vila would search for some way to bring Isabet back. But though the Sky Realms teemed with creatures who made a mockery of life, myself included, Vila never found an answer. For the grammar of cipher magic contains strict rules. The mortal principle, long studied but little understood, prevents a body from being revived. People can be plucked from the jaws of death or their lives extended unnaturally, but for the charred remains of Isabet, nothing can be done. Couldn't a god revive her? So this is the thorn in Vila's heart. She nods slowly. I think it was Isabet's loss that drove Vila to quit the Union Navy. With her father an admiral, she could have risen to the very top, but she just didn't see the point of it. So she took her father's dream and inverted it. The dark stars were born, a black star motif, a cynical mockery of the symbol of the apostatic union. She smiles. But we've had enough storytelling for one day, eh? There's an island with an airship cove on the western edge of the Endless Realm. Meet me there when you're ready, and I'll continue my tale. I guess it's a good thing we opened the Endless Realm first. Alright, that's probably a good place to close this session for now. So I'll see you soon.